It's the first day of the month. Margaret, who is 71 years old, opens her banking app the same way she does every morning. Her Social Security deposit should be sitting there. But the number isn't the full sum. It's half. Half of everything she depends on to live. Her heart begins to race. Did the bank slip up? Did somebody rob her? Did the government shut her off? If you have ever felt that icy rush of dread while checking your benefits, this video was made for you. Because the thing that struck Margaret is striking real people at this very moment. And the policy driving it is active this year, in 2026. Stick with me. Because by the time we finish, you'll understand precisely how to keep yourself safe. Hello there, my friend. My name is Masha. For many years now, I've guided retirees exactly like you through baffling government policies, the typewritten in wording that nobody can decode. And today, I'm going to lead you through one of the most critical rules touching your Social Security check at this moment. I'll reveal the precise official policy, directly from the Social Security Administration. I'll reveal who it genuinely touches, and equally important, who it leaves alone. So breathe easy. You are not helpless in this. You hold real legal safeguards, and I'm going to hand you the exact forms and actions to use them. But please, remain with me right to the finish. Because there is one tiny silent error that countless seniors commit that can drain thousands of dollars from them, and hardly anyone discusses it. Allow me to share Robert's story. Robert is 67, a retired delivery driver, labored hard across his entire life, contributed to Social Security with each and every paycheck for more than 40 years. Robert handled most matters correctly. He filed punctually. He claimed his benefits, and roughly 2 years back, he took up a modest part-time role at a hardware store, only a handful of hours weekly, to keep occupied and ease the bills. Here's the moment trouble began. Robert's earnings shifted because of that job. Yet he didn't bother to report it promptly. He assumed the government already understood, after all. Everything sits in the computer, doesn't it? The months rolled on. Then one afternoon, a letter showed up from Social Security. The letter declared he had been overpaid. It stated he owed money back, and it noted that they might start withholding a sizable chunk of his monthly check. Robert was floored. He read it once, felt ill, and tucked it into a drawer. He convinced himself he'd handle it later. He believed he had 30 days, panicked, and then froze entirely. That choice, taking no action, was the trap. Because Robert had no idea he truly had roughly 90 days to react. He had no idea he could appeal. He had no idea he could request the debt be forgiven or the sum reduced. He simply waited. And 1 month, his check arrived at half. Exactly as his property taxes came due. Robert's blunder wasn't the part-time job, it was keeping quiet. And today, I'm going to guarantee that never befalls you. So let's examine what the rule genuinely states. Not gossip, not a Facebook post, the authentic official policy. The Social Security Administration released an official emergency message, labeled EM-25029. It became active on April 25, 2025, and it remains the rule operating today in 2026. Here's the plain English version. If Social Security concludes you were overpaid, meaning you collected more money than you should have, they can now hold back as much as 50% of your monthly benefit to recover that money. 50%! Half your check! For a stretch, the rate had been limited to merely 10%. Now the standard is 50%. That's an enormous leap, and it's the reason people like Margaret are watching half-size deposits land. Social Security's own website backs it up. If you fail to respond to the notice, they will automatically hold back 50% of your benefit every month until the debt is cleared. Now, and please pay close attention, because here's where I want to settle your nerves slightly. This does not strike everyone. It only touches people who get an official overpayment notice in the mail. Social Security's own Inspector General discovered that improper payments amount to under 1% of all the money they distribute. So the majority of people will never receive this letter. The truthful answer to, "Are you on the list?" is this. You are only on the list if you get an overpayment notice. If you haven't, you are almost certainly fine. Now let me give you the crucial details that shield you. First, this 50% rule covers what's known as Title II benefits. That includes retirement, survivor benefits, family benefits, and Social Security disability insurance. Second, if you collect SSI, supplemental security income, you are not touched by this. Your rate holds at 10%. Third, if your overpayment dates from before April 25, 2025, in most situations, it stays at the former 10% rate. And fourth, a grave warning. If fraud was involved or a court-ordered repayment, the safeguards differ and the withholding can climb even higher, up to 100%. But here's the encouraging news, the part Robert never grasped. You possess real, official rights. When you receive that notice, you typically have roughly 90 days before withholding kicks in. 90 days, not 30. And throughout that stretch, you can take action, and the instant you do, they halt the collection while they examine your case. You can submit Form SSA-632. That's a request for a waiver. You use this if the overpayment wasn't your fault and repaying it would create hardship. If they approve it, you might owe nothing whatsoever. Or you can submit Form SSA-634, a request to change the recovery rate. This is how you ask them to collect less than 50% each month, so you can still cover your bills. And third, you can appeal, termed a reconsideration, if you trust they erred and you weren't overpaid in any way. Every bit of this begins with one phone call to Social Security at 1-800-772-1213 or a stop by ssa.gov. So let's keep this simple. Here are the 3 precise steps to shield yourself. Grab a pen if you're able. Step 1. Check your payments and never overlook a letter. Watch your Social Security deposit every month. And if a letter ever lands from Social Security, open it that very day. Don't stuff it in a drawer like Robert did. Read it thoroughly. It explains the reason and your deadline. Step 2. Reply within the window and reply in writing. If you receive an overpayment notice, you have roughly 90 days, but don't delay. Phone 1-800-772-1213 or visit ssa.gov and request the proper form, the SSA 632 to seek a waiver, or the SSA 634 to lower your monthly figure. Moving quickly halts the collection. Step 3. Keep copies of everything. Hold on to your benefit letters, your bank statements, your income records, and copies of every form you submit. If a dispute ever arises, your paperwork is your defense. Report any shift in your income or work immediately, because reporting late is the #1 trigger of these overpayments to begin with. Do those 3 things, and you will never be ambushed the way Robert was. Now, before you head off, one honest bit of counsel. Rules like this shift quietly. They don't always reach the evening news. And you should never depend solely on a YouTube notification to catch a vital update about your own money. So here's what I'd ask of you. If this helped you, subscribe to TaxWise Seniors and switch on the bell. It truly helps us keep producing these for you. And drop a comment below. Did you realize the rate had leaped to 50%? I read every single one. And if you'd like to dig deeper, I've assembled a free plain English guide called the Senior Benefits Protection Guide. It walks you through overpayment notices, the correct forms, and your deadlines, one step at a time. The link sits in the description below. One final thing, and it counts. I am not Social Security, and I don't speak on behalf of the government. This channel is an independent resource meant for education only, not legal or financial advice. For anything regarding your specific case, always head straight to the source, ssa.gov, or dial 1-800-772-1213. Never share your Social Security number or banking details with anyone who contacts you claiming to be official. You labored your whole life for these benefits. You deserve to understand the rules guarding them. I'm Masha. Look after yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.